What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincerest here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for March 26, 2021's Vendor Reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. Okay, for our first gear items, head over to Camp Hudson. Here the weapons vendor has a G36 enhanced. And also here we got a heavy magazine spring with 4% critical hit damage, 4.50% reload speed, and 10.50% rate of fire. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Hudson. Head over to the gear vendor here and we got a tactical mask with the talent enduring on there. For our next gear items, head over to the base of operations. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has an M700 carbine. And also here we got a Omega rifle suppressor with 18% headshot damage, 2% accuracy, and 2.50% stability. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the gear vendor here and we got a prototype performance mod with 6% first aid self-heal. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor and here we got a Lova C. Next here we got a military Scar H. Next here we got an extended magazine with 111.50% magazine size, 4% critical hit damage, and 4.50% reload speed. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor and here we got an enhanced AUG A3P. Next here we got a black market AK-74. Next here we got a tactical Super 90 SBS. Next here we got a military RPK-74M. Next here we got a Spec Ops mask with the talent refreshed on there. Next here we got an operator vest with the talent vigorous. Also here we got an operator pack with the talent specialized. Next here we got some Spec Op gloves with the talent savaged on there. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor and here we got a military M9 blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got an electronics glove blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we got a small laser pointer blueprint with a power level 34. And if anybody has something that I don't have, drop it in the comments section. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a Cassidy. Also here we got a G36 enhanced. Next here we got a tactical SASG 12K. Also here we got a SOCOM M1A. Next here we got a Spec Ops mask with the talent rehabilitated on there. Next here we got some operator gloves with the talent savaged on there. Also here we got an extended magazine with 113% magazine size, 4.50% reload speed, and 2.50% critical hit chance. Also here we got a loud vent brake with 18% critical hit damage, 5.50% headshot damage, and 2% accuracy. And also here we got a vertical grip with 46.50% optimal range, 2.50% stability, and 4.50% reload speed. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor. And here we got a snub Rhino blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got an electronics vest blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got some electronics gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. And also here we got an angle grip red blueprint with a power level 34. If anybody has anything that is here that I don't have, mention it in the comment section. For our next gear items, head over to Autumn's Hope. Here the gear vendor has a prototype performance mod with 3.50% ballistic shield damage. For our next gear items, head over to Madison Stand. Here the gear vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 189 electronics and 3% damage to elites. For our next gear items, head over to the Ward. Here the gear vendor has a prototype performance mod with 4.50% ballistic shield damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to the Firewall. Here the gear vendor has a prototype firearms mod with 199 firearms and 4% damage to elites. For our next gear items, head over to West 31st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 7.50% Seeker Mine explosion radius. For our next gear items, head over to West 34th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a police MK17. Also here we got a tactical mask with the talent enduring on there. Next here we got a prototype performance mod with 7% turret health. And also here we got a rugged mini reflex sight with 7.50% critical hit chance, 4.50% optimal range, and 2.50% stability. For our next gear items, head over to West 39th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a G36C. Also here we got a tactical mask with the talent rehabilitated on there. Also here we got a prototype performance mod with 3.50% turret damage. For our next gear items, head over to West 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 3.50% Seeker Mine damage. For our next gear items, head over to West 46th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical vest with the talent Vigorous on there. For our next gear items, head over to West 53rd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a black market RPK 74E. Next here we got a tactical vest with the talent Rapid. For our next gear items, head over to East 58th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a tactical mask with the talent Refreshed on there. Next here we got a gunslinger vest with the talent Rapid. Next here we got an operator pack with the talent Inventive. And also here we got some tactical gloves with the talent Savaged on there. For our next gear items, head over to East 34th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 264 electronics and 1% critical hit chance. For our next gear items, head over to East 31st Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 3.50% sticky bomb damage. For our next gear items, head over to DZ2 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has an operator vest with the talent Refreshed on there. Next here we got a Spec Ops pack with the talent Specialized. For our next gear items, head over to DZ3 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapons vendor has a Vector 45 ACP. Next here we got a military M870. And also here we got a military L86 LSW. For our next gear items, head over to DZ4 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype performance mod with 2% pulse critical hit chance. For our next gear items, head over to DZ5 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a heavy magazine spring with 4.50% reload speed, 3% critical hit chance, and 9.70% rate of fire. Also here we got Omega rifle suppressor with 18% headshot damage, 2.50% accuracy, and 4.50% optimal range. And then also here we got a 5.52 hollow sight with 7.50% critical hit chance, 4.50% optimal range, and 4% critical hit damage. For our next gear items, head over to DZ8 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has an operator mask with the talent Enduring on there. Also here we got a Spec Ops armor with the talent Reckless. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division vendor reset video for March 26, 2021's vendor reset. I hope everybody who tuned into it found something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. Appreciate that support. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I'll be on there sometimes. And I will see y'all with the next one, everybody. Take care. Peace.